The Raspberry Pi 3 single-board computer is the most popular micro PC out there. At $35, it's impulse buy territory, but there's a little more to the purchase than just the computer, and we'll get to that later. First off, what is the Raspberry Pi? The Raspberry Pi is a tiny computer. It's about the size of a credit card, but a lot thicker. Spec-wise, it has a Broadcom BCM 2837 processor. You would see this in a low-end phone. It has 1 GB of RAM, 4 USB ports, Ethernet, Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, and a micro SD card slot for storage. The computer doesn't have that much processing power, but it's $35. Come on. One thing most people won't like is that you have to use Linux. You can run a limited version of Windows on it, but this really is a Linux machine. The default OS is Raspbian Linux. It looks fantastic and works really well with everyday tasks. Though with the limited processing power and RAM, I wouldn't advise you use this as your daily PC. Now you may be thinking, like, that sounds great and all, but what's the use for this? The Pi really shines in projects like robotics, operating your home, or playing retro games. It has a big community on the internet that can teach you how to make a bunch of things, like a gaming console, an automated dog feeder, a pirate radio, and other really cool things. If you buy a Raspberry Pi at $35, it comes with a naked computer. That's it. Just a circuit board. You will need to get a power supply, keyboard and mouse, case, and a monitor. Most of these things should be lying around your house. However, if you need these supplies, you can buy an official or unofficial kit with these things or others. I bought my Pi with a gaming kit that came with controllers, a power supply, a case, and an SD card with the RetroPie operating system installed. That's another thing about the Pi. It doesn't come with the operating system preloaded, like most computers. You have to buy an SD card and flash the OS to it. The Raspberry Pi Foundation has something called Noobs that makes this process as easy as possible. So if all these seems difficult, it might not be for you. The Raspberry Pi is not for everyone. If you want a computer for browsing the web and writing papers, this is not for you. If you want a computer that works right out of the box, this is not for you. But if you want a computer that you can make crazy inventions with, play your old games as they were meant to be played, or a computer that can teach you more about how computers work, this is the computer for you. And for $35, it's not that big of a risk.